Final game of our triple header from Sapulpa High School in our Indian Nations Football Conference Championships on a Saturday afternoon. It's the finale. It's Jinx and TYAA. As you look at the coin toss and the results from it down on the field, TYAA is going to get the ball first to begin the game after Jinx won the toss and elected to defer. We welcome all of you who are watching on YouTube. Glad you are with us. I'm Grayson Singleton. Dylan Hibbert is with me as well. We've seen two other games. The 5th and 6th place match went to Coweta. The 3rd and 4th place game went to Owasso. And now we've got Jinx and TYAA to end it out here this afternoon. We've got 1st and 10 for TYAA from the 40 to begin the game. And it's a quarterback keeper to the left side. And taking it up to the 43 goes Cam Stevenson for TYAA. And 2nd and 7 upcoming. It's the Bulldogs and the Trojans. As the Bulldog team, Terrence Williams, Cam Stevenson, Bryson Billings, Desmond McConnell, Elias Jones, Brave Jefferson, Noah Reed, Malik Beard, Brylan Hunt, Elias Hamilton, and Ryan DeBose. As it's a handoff to Desmond McConnell, and he takes it around the right side, and he's right at the line to gain, and he's got a first down. We'll give you the Jinx team when the Trojans go on offense. Handoff to the up man as a flag is thrown, a second carry for McConnell, as he gets about a yard, but flag is down, and it's a hold against the Bulldogs, so 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, that first flag of the game really already sent them back to where they started at the 40-yard line. Now you're going to have to go 20 yards instead of your normal 10.
So this is, by the way, the 1st and 2nd place game, and what I mean by that is that these teams finished 1st and 2nd during the regular year. So they're playing for essentially the championship. And before we get the playoff, we might have had a stoppage.
These teams trying to run fast, the ref's slowing them down just a little bit to get things set up where it needs to be.
And now we're ready to go on 1st down and 20 after the penalty. Quarterback keeper to the right. Got a couple of blocks, and taking it to the 44 is Stevenson, the quarterback. Gains 4, 2nd and 16 coming up for TYAA. Kellen Gaunt made the tackle for Jinx. Yeah, everybody in tight. Pitch to McConnell. Trying the left side. Only got a yard. Play was made by Jerrion Wilson for the Trojans. 3rd down and 15 coming up now for the Bulldogs. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Coach Gillespie. He's calling out the signals. And Stevenson, trying to spin away from trouble, cannot get back to the original line of scrimmage. Only got 2. 4th down and 13 coming up as he was banged down by a couple of Trojan defenders. And that was led by Legend Cole along with Gaunt. And there is an injured Trojan on the field. Maybe he just got a scrape, turf burn, as he's already back up and ready to go.
He doesn't want to go to the sideline. He wants to stay out there. His coach is giving him the pep talk, but it looks like the coaches will have him come out for at least just one play.
It'll be 4th down and 12. So now Coaches and officials figuring out something. And here we go. Stevenson around the left side. He's got some speed, but he runs out of room along the far side at the 45, and that will turn it over to Jinx on downs.
Really good defensive possession by the Trojans. We haven't seen both games we've seen so far. The offenses have scored first. This is the first time we've seen a defense get a stop, and we'll see if the Trojans can turn their offense into some points now.
And now behind center is Jerrion Wilson. The head coach for the Trojans is Brandon Rashall. In the gun is Wilson. Keeper all the way, eludes one defender, then is twisted down after a gain of 2. To the 47. 2nd and 8 upcoming. The Jinx team looks like this. Tatum Chaney, Kyler Talley, Milo Hardrick, Hayden Bemis, Jerrion Wilson, Kaysen Marshall, Onyx Grubin, Legend Cole, Kaiser Smith, and Kellen Gaunt. Second and 8 for Jinx. Quarterback keeper again. And no gain. Running to the right side. The tackle made by Brylan Hunt, or rather, Malik Beard. 3rd and 8 now for Jinx. A third straight carry for the quarterback, and this time he's got a hole and he's got a first down, dragging a defender inside the 45 to the 43. Tackle was finally made by Desmond McConnell, but it's a first down for the Trojans. So Jinx, 3 plays, 3 carries for Jerrion Wilson. And it's a direct snap this time, and weaving his way inside the 40 down to the 38 is Tatum Chaney for a gain of 4.
Really moving the ball really well so far in this first drive, just continuing to push the ball across. Getting those 3-4 yard gains will continue to get yourself first downs.
2nd and 6. Jinx doing a really good job of staying ahead of the chains, and Wilson this time gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Well done by the Bulldog defense. Terrence Williams in on the stop. He made the first hit along with Malik Beard, and 3rd down upcoming. Just past the 3-minute mark of the opening quarter. This is a chance for TYAA to get off the field, or at least force a 4th down, and they will force a 4th down as Wilson carries it near the 35. They maybe gave him the 36 and a half. They'll put it down at the 36. 4th down coming up, 4th and 4. Fourth and 4 as Jinx now has the play. It's Wilson. Stutter steps and takes off. And there goes Jerrion Wilson. Past everybody into the end zone for the Jinx touchdown. 36 yards for the QB for the score.
Just when you think we were going to get back-to-back stops on the defense, Wilson finds the hole on the right side, goes all the way for the quarterback keeper, and puts up the first score of the game for the Trojans.
He ran the ball 6 times on that drive. And now Jinx will set up for the point after. Chaney takes the direct snap, running to the right and gets smashed in the backfield for a loss, and it'll remain 6-0 as Jefferson made the stop. And now back comes TYAA with a chance now, looking to tie or take the lead, down by 6.
Yeah, they're hoping to get a little bit more than what they had in the last drive. They tried a lot of reverse out to the left and right, but the Trojans read it really well, so maybe they have to try something up the middle, find a hole, and get that first down to continue their drives.
So each team with a possession in the first quarter. And now the second possession beginning for the Bulldogs. This is a handoff to McConnell, trying the left side, and McConnell is barely tripped up by Wilson as he got a big play for a first down, gain of 19.
And just like that, just like I said, you need those big plays. Get it 1 for 19 off of the first run, and you're cooking with business. Just under 2 minutes left in this quarter.
First down of the game for the Bulldogs on the McConnell run. Stevenson, quarterback keeper, eludes one defender and weaves his way to the 35. Got 7 on that first down carry to set up 2nd and 3. Both teams' quarterbacks have been busy in the early going. Second and 3. And bad snap. There's also a flag down. McConnell had to fall on it. And it's a false start against the Bulldogs, backing them up 5.
Big one right there. You were in a second down and short situation. Now you're back to a second down and 8, a lot harder to go at this young of an age.
McConnell, the one under center. He takes the snap and is upended by Jerrion Wilson. Nice tackle by the DB for Jinx. That'll bring up third down at about 6 after the gain of 2. Late in the first quarter, Jinx 6 and TYAA driving to look to tie the game. Stevenson around the left side. Whoa, he is shoved out of bounds. And that'll bring up fourth down, a physical tackle made by Wilson.
One quarterback to another. They're going to take those hits, and they're going to go at each other all game long.
Yeah, we talked about in the last game how these guys are really excited to hit somebody. And before the Bulldogs can run another play, we have reached the end of the first quarter. Both teams to their sidelines. One team has scored a touchdown. That is the Trojans, who are up 6-0 with 4th down and 4 coming up next as we go to the second quarter on this YouTube Indian Nations Football Conference stream.
Street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
Ready to start the second quarter from Sapulpa. And it is 4th down and 4 as TYAA looking to draw even with Jinx. Stevenson on a run to the right, near the line to gain. He got it. Twists and falls forward for a first down at about the 30-yard line. Wilson made the tackle. New set of downs for TYAA. Coach getting everybody organized. And up the middle goes McConnell, who was under center to take the snap, and he plows forward for about a gain of 3. Got down to the 27-yard line, so 2nd and 7 upcoming.
Those quarterback sneaks work really well at this level. You normally expected them to hand off, but when they go right up the middle, they usually get some big gains out of it.
Second and officially 6. They gave him 4. And the snap maybe came a little bit early. And 2nd and 6 about to become 2nd down and 11. Couple of Bulldog penalties on this drive. Snap taken by Billings around the right side, and he maneuvers his way inside the 25 to the 24. So that's a good pickup to set up 3rd down and short. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, much more 3rd down manageable right here for the Bulldogs. They're going to continue to go to that run game on the right side and see if they can't get some lead blocks and get this 1st down.
Stevenson under center. Taking it around the right side. Now reverses field where there's nobody for Jinx, and Stevenson's got a touchdown. A 24-yard run for Cam Stevenson. And TYAA has, in fact, evened the score.
Great cutback right there. Everybody expecting them to go right. They looked like they were going to, but he sees a wide-open hole on the left. No Jinx Trojans on that side. And with the extra point pending, they have a chance to take the lead.
McConnell is under center. And another false start. We will do the try over again. Coach is helping out with the operation prior to the snap. And it's a reverse. And whoa, Wilson with a big hit on Bryson Billings. And the score remains 6-6. Oh, my goodness, what a hit.
We keep getting surprised about how hard these kids hit, and they just love the contact. We just continue to see big hit after big hit.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of them here this afternoon and morning. As the score remains even. And now here comes Jinx. The Trojans have scored on their one and only drive so far. And now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wilson only got about a yard. Maybe not even that. Good tackle made by Brylan Hunt. Second and 10 officially. Wilson again, dancing around defenders, spinning his way near the 1st down line to gain. Got 9 of the 10 he needed, so 3rd and 1 upcoming as we approach 5 minutes to go in the first half. Jinx quickly ready to go once again. Wilson once again, and he's tripped up, but at midfield, as McConnell made the tackle, but not in time. And it's a 1st down for Jinx.
Jinx really moving that ball well. They're going to continue to let this clock continue to just go down and have as much possession as they can and try to get this scored before the half.
It is 1st and 10 from right on the midfield stripe. And the run covered up as Terrence Williams makes the stop on Tatum Chaney. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11, coming up under 4.5 to go in a 6-6 game. Second and 11 from the Jinx 49. Chaney right up the gut after taking the direct snap. Crosses midfield to the 48. Gains 3, 3rd down and 8 upcoming for Jinx, looking to take the lead as we are just past the midway point of the second quarter. Third down and 8. And there's movement. Both coaches pointing at the other team.
Looks like the refs will come in and talk on this one and see if they agree. False start it is.
So 3rd down and 13 upcoming now for the Trojans. In case you're just joining us and haven't seen these sorts of games, 7-on-7 is what we're playing. Third and 13. And another flag for potentially a false start, but I think they're going to wave this one off.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to still get set up before they were going, so
yeah.
Now the ref is going to talk to both of these coaches.
And that is indeed what is going to happen. So the clock stopped with 2:39 to go in the first half. And this time we do have a false start.
That line of the Trojans getting a little antsy. They continue to jump every single snap. Coach has to get into them because they were in a very third and manageable. Now they're all the way back to a 3rd down and we're looking at about 18.
Good quick math by you. So Jinx in a 3rd and long after a couple of penalties. Wilson around the left side gets out of 1 tackle but can't escape 2. Dropped in the backfield by Malik Beard. His 3rd tackle of the first half, and it's 4th down.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field as well by the Trojans.
Yeah, they'll call it before 4th down and 20. And we are back in 15 seconds.
You made the nice list, kid.
Thank you, Santa.
Paige.
In the flesh.
Rookie of the Year. Nice list. Swishmas came early this year.
Santa.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Bryson kept you cool. Very nice.
Yeah, Santa.
CD Lamb breaking those DB's ankles is not very nice, but those routes sure are. Maybe next year, Mr. Green.
Again?
For everyone on your nice list.
Jinx elects to punt, so instead of trying for it on 4th and 20, it's back over to TYAA. Tied at 6. The ball spotted where the first down would have been.
Good call right there by the Trojans. They were in a 3rd or 4th down and very long situation, and instead of being on your side of the 50, you pushed the TYAA Bulldogs to their side of the 40.
So now TYAA with a chance to take the lead. Scored on their last drive. Here is McConnell around the right side with a flag thrown and a strong tackle made by Jerrion Wilson.
It's going to be a holding call.
And it's going to back the Bulldogs up 10. Second down is Stevenson on a quarterback keeper around the left side. Got away from one and scrambles ahead. Almost got back to the original line of scrimmage. And he did. They'll give him the 39. 2nd and 10, now upcoming.
Pretty much cancels out that holding call they just had. Now you're a 2nd down and 10 situation, much more manageable.
The Bulldogs not speeding things up just yet. And somebody left early.
Minute 25 on the clock. It's going to be very hard to get all the way across the field unless you can break off for one of those big runs.
We have seen one team throw the ball, and that was Owasso. Second and 15. Stevenson wiggles around one defender, and Stevenson is banged out of bounds by Wilson. Boy, he loves to hit, does Jerrion Wilson, and the two quarterbacks collide once again after a pickup of about 14.
Who says quarterbacks don't love contact? Now we're in a 3rd down in one situation. That big run, that's exactly what you needed. You're in a 3rd down and very short, and they're going to take a timeout to talk this one over and to stop the clock.
So the timeout is taken. The Bulldogs do have 3rd down and a yard. This is the game between the 1st and 2nd place finishers in the league during the regular year. So one more game for them to decide, in effect, a champion of the league in 2025.
Hey, it's pretty simple. You were the top 2 teams in the regular season. You guys play for the championship.
May as well, right? As the timeout allowed to be a little bit extended. Third down and a yard upcoming, and here we are ready to go. McConnell stumbling, and he's got the first down as he gets to midfield.
Big time right there, being able to stumble over into the first down. Only takes 4 seconds off. They call another timeout to keep that, or it looks like they're going to continue that clock, and they're going to get up to the line quick.
Yeah, they did not burn the timeout. Cam Stevenson ran into his own man, stayed on his feet. Stevenson weaving around near the 45, and I believe a timeout was called by the Bulldogs. It was. So that will leave TYAA with 1 for the remainder of the first half. 36 seconds to go in the half in a 6-6 game. Jinx won the toss and deferred, so the Trojans will get it first to begin quarter number 3 when we recommence after the break. Jinx scored a touchdown on its first drive. after the defense forced a 3-and-out. TYAA came back and scored a touchdown on its second drive and then got a stop. So now the third drive for TYAA today, and they're looking to take the lead. It's second down and 5. And there goes Cam Stevenson. And Stevenson is still rolling. And there goes Cam Stevenson for the touchdown. Hold on. Let's see. This may come back.
Feels like so many times we've had those big runs just get called all the way back because of whether it be a holding or something. We'll see what the refs come to on a decision. Looks like it is coming back.
It's definitely coming back.
The Bulldogs coach arguing with the refs about what happened. Still not sure what they called back. They haven't made a signal.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be about second down and 6 now with 27 seconds to go. Did they go too quickly?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
because there never was a flag down either.
There was never a flag, and both sidelines are kind of confused on what it was. So it almost seems like that play should have never happened. We'll see what happens.
Essentially.
I guess not. We're going to continue going. No flag.
So there's 27 seconds left. And this is McConnell, and McConnell is about a yard shy of the line to gain. Third down coming up with 15 seconds and the clock moving.
Yeah, coach trying to get them up to the line and get going, try to get that first down to stop the clock.
And the ball is fumbled, and they won't get that first down, and that will end the half. As zeros are on the clock, and we have reached halftime in this first and second place game. TYAA 6, Jinx 6 as well. Dylan and I are back for the second half in a moment.
Street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
Start of the second half as Jinx and TYAA are knotted at 6. The Trojans deferred at the top of the game, so Jinx will begin on offense to start the third quarter. Grayson Singleton along with Dylan Hibbard. I'm over here almost forgetting people's names now, too, man.
We've had a long morning. We're in the last half of it.
Oh, man. It's been a fun one, though. We've seen a lot of really good football played, a lot of hard hits, some skills that has been displayed here this morning and early afternoon. And we've got 2 more quarters to go from Sapulpa High School.
Both of these teams are knotted up at 6. Both got a touchdown as well. Both defenses look good. We're going to see which team can jump out to that lead. I feel like whoever can get that first score and stop might end up winning this one.
Yeah, no telling. As the officials making their way back onto the field, and we're moments away from taking our first snap of the third quarter.
Teams are ready to go before the rest where they were wanting to get back out there.
They want to go hit somebody again. Final instructions being given to the Trojan offense. And here we go on first down. Jerrion Wilson, the quarterback, with the quarterback keeper over the left side. He's got a first down and a lot more into Bulldog territory and finally dragged down around the 40-yard line. He's got a first down.
Exactly what the Trojans needed. First play, go nearly 20 yards for the run, get that offense going, and Wilson's going to continue to run that ball.
Jerrion Wilson provided the majority of the Trojan offense in the first half, including the Trojan touchdown. He's got it again on 1st and 10. Getting away from a couple of tacklers, gets hit hard, but carries Elias Hamilton forward for a gain of about 4, make it 5, to bring up 2nd and 5. Second and 5, 2 men in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson up the middle, but he gets contacted almost immediately as he's thrown down by Terrence Williams. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 after the quarterback fell forward for a gain of a yard. They do mark him at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 5 is going to be the official number. Flag down, and play is stopped. It's a false start against Jinx, so this 3rd down just became a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of times when these flags come on the false start, it's on those 3rd down situations where the kids are just antsy to get going and try to get that first down, but it sets them back, and now they're in a much more difficult spot on a 3rd down and 10.
Wilson began the drive carrying it for a long gain, so certainly manageable that he could pick up the first down here. Coach is giving instructions. And Wilson rolls to the right, looking to throw, and does throw it deep, but it's just in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Hayden Bemis. He got behind everybody, but it's 4th and 10.
Wilson had Bemis wide open. He even hit him in the hands, just a little bit overthrown. Bemis couldn't hold on to that one. If he did, he could have gone all the way.
So now 4th and 10, following the incompletion. Clock continuing to move. So we'll reset that for those of you watching on the screen. And now one player comes on, one comes off. The player on is Kaiser Smith. Fourth down and 10. Snap is back to Wilson. Bouncing it out to the left side. Flag down. Wilson still up. And Wilson's got a first down if the play stands.
Looks like we had 2 flags down. We'll see if it's the same penalty. And it is a holding call.
Yeah, this one's coming back. So fourth down. And what would be about 20 now.
Trojans really kicking themselves in the foot or the shins right there. They had the first down on that run, and now you're setting back to a fourth down and 20.
Wonder if you see them punt it away and give it back to the Bulldogs at the 31.
And it looks like they are. They are going to be punting it.
Yeah, fourth down and 20. Wise decision. So TYAA comes out and gets a stop. And the offense will take over at the 31-yard line. Five minutes to go in the third quarter. So now we're ready for play. First drive of the second half for TYAA. Cam Stevenson had a touchdown run in the first half, spinning free and still on his feet, and he's looking to make it number 2. Nobody's going to catch him. It's a touchdown for Cam Stevenson.
And this time there is no flags in the backfield. This one's going to stand. Stevenson with his second rushing touchdown of the day.
12-6 lead for the Bulldogs. One play after they get the stop, it's a 69-yard run for Stevenson for the touchdown. Point after, and it's an end around, and calmly taking it into the end zone is Brave Jefferson, And it is 13-6. Is there a flag on the field?
There is a flag, but it looks like it's going to be on the defense, so it won't matter in the end of it.
Yeah, and Jinx's coach not too happy about that. But the score is 13-6. TYAA on top. Still having words with the official. Jinx taking back over at its own 40. Wilson trying to get up the middle, and he's wrapped up and lunges forward to the 41. Tackled by Malik Beard, who was outstanding on defense in that first half for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Wilson again on second down, stoned at the line of scrimmage. Going nowhere, ran into a wall. Elias Hamilton led the charge to make the stop, and it's 3rd down and 9.
This Bulldog defense has really been stellar since coming out of the half. It seems like they found something that the Trojans want to do, and they've just stuffed them every single time at the line.
So the Bulldogs have seemingly made the first adjustments of the game, according to Dylan. 3rd down and 9. Flag down. And somebody.
Looks like offside.
Yeah, you're right. That Bulldog front line ready to tee off at the Jinx offense. So now 3rd down and 4 as the ball moves to the 46. And another flag.
It's going to be a false start, so they just pretty much cancel out the last 2 flags, and we're going to start right where we were at to begin with.
Yeah, the two teams trading 5-yard penalties. Everybody a little anxious.
Why not? It's the championship game. It's a really close one. You're trying to get scoring on the offensive end. It's just a little bit jumpy on that line.
So here comes 3rd down. And up the middle goes Wilson. Back to the line of scrimmage, but no further. It's 4th down. Tackle made by Beard once again. 4th and 9, down by a touchdown. You think Jinx probably goes for this to try to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, they really need to. They got to get something going on the ground. They got to figure out a way to get Wilson to that 1st down marker.
And it is going to be Wilson who makes the try, but he's wrestled down by Malik Beard once again. And it's turned over on downs to the Bulldogs. Malik Beard, a defensive star here tonight, or this afternoon rather, for TYAA.
Now the Bulldogs really have a chance to kind of put this game out of reach for the Trojans if they can get something going on the offensive end.
It's McConnell who takes it over the left side, and he's got a good gain of about 7. Wilson made the tackle. McConnell with a good pickup on 1st down. Second and 3. Now for the Bulldogs, up by 7, latter stages of the 3rd quarter. Stevenson's got a couple of touchdowns, also has a couple of blocks, and there goes Stevenson for the hat trick. Pumping his fist, he's got 3 of those, and TYAA lengthens its lead to 19-6.
Stevenson just running wild in this game, his 3rd touchdown. Has all 3 touchdowns for the Bulldogs, and they're going to continue to bolster this lead up even more.
All sorts of Jenks coaches are not happy right now with the officials.
Looks like we have a flag before the play.
Yeah. Not really sure what's happening here. As a Jenks coach is on the field, and
looks like
did said Jenks coach get thrown out?
It looks like both of their coaches that are normally out on the field just got thrown out. It looks like they've just been chirping at the refs all game long, and the refs have had enough.
Yeah.
So
we have 2 coaches. Yeah, you're right. We have 2 coaches who just got shown the door.
You see something every single day. And the refs just had enough of those coaches griping at them, and it looks like one of the coaches is going to talk to.
Yeah, it seems like somebody might have said a magic word.
We will play on, though.
Yeah, we do have a point after. So it looks like we are ready to go. Bryson Billings looking for the end zone, bounces off of one tackle. Can he spin away from another? He cannot. And the score remains 19-6. Well, eventful last couple of minutes, headlined by the touchdown run from Cam Stevenson.
Yeah, he's really been running wild. He has 3 touchdowns, has all 3 touchdowns for the Bulldogs, having them in a 19-6 lead. And then we have a little bit of some coaches and referee stuff going on. But the kids will continue to play on as we have a minute 43 left in this third quarter. Still championship ball to be played.
So now Jinx has it back with 103 seconds to go in the third quarter, down by 13. First down and 10 from the 40. Wilson gets through the first wave, and Wilson takes off and is pulled down in Bulldog territory after running for about a gain of 12.
Wilson and Stevenson just going run for run with each other, trying to keep up with each other. We're going to see if Wilson can continue to run that ball, get another 20-yard game, and allow these Trojans to get right back in this one.
Jinx would love a score on this possession. On first down, whoa. Terrence Williams is swallowed up immediately by Kellen Gaunt, who came unscathed through the line of scrimmage and dumps him for a loss of 3.
Just when you think you've seen the biggest hit of the day, we just continue to get even more big hits, and it's just amazing to see these kids go out there, and they just hop right back up after getting it.
Oh, my goodness. It was Tatum Chaney on the run. And Ryan DeBow was on the stop. Wilson on second down around the corner and tight ropes the sideline before he's finally wrestled down. Clock stopped with 9 seconds to go in the third. He's a yard shy of the line to gain. And now the clock continuing to run, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Couple of touchdowns scored by TYAA in the frame, and it's a 19-6 game after it was 6-6 at halftime. We'll go to the fourth quarter on this INF Conference Championships on YouTube from Sapulpa.
You made the nice list, kid.
Thank you, Santa.
Paige,
In the flesh.
Rookie of the Year. Nice list. Swish Miss came early this year.
Santa!
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Bryson, kept you cool. Very nice.
Yeah, Santa!
CD Lamb breaking those DB's ankles is not very nice, but those routes sure are. Maybe next year, Mr. Green.
Again?
For everyone on your nice list.
Start of the fourth quarter from Sapulpa. TYAA 19 and Jenks 6. It should be a 3rd down and 1 upcoming. They've got 4th down. As there's all sorts of stuff going on right now.
We got people everywhere talking to each other, and the kids are just trying to play.
Here we go. They've got 4th down and 1, so we'll go with that. And we're ready to begin the fourth quarter. Flag down, false start. So 4th down and 1 just became 4th down and 6 after the penalty. Here comes Wilson around the near side. Oh, good move by Wilson. Another one as he's making all sorts of defenders whiff at him, and he's got the first down to the 32 as he picks up 11 to move the chains.
What an amazing one by Wilson. Just makes multiple Bulldogs miss and continues this drive with a big first down on the 4th down.
And Wilson's done a lot of the damage with his legs for this Jenks offense. 1st down and 10. This time he hands it off. Reversing field now is Kellen Gaunt, and he's going to finally be met back at the 43 by Terrence Williams.
That's one of those many lessons. You never want to start running backwards as a running back. Always try to go forward. Even if you don't get anything, you're stuffed at the line. Instead, you run backwards, and now you're in a much more tough and 2nd and long situation.
It was a loss of 10, so 2nd down and 20. Snap goes this time to Tatum Chaney around the right side, and he is stacked up by a trio of Bulldog defenders, picked up 2 to the 40. Terrence Williams, Brylan Hunt in there on the stop, 3rd down and long coming up for Jenks. So 3rd down, 18. Here comes Wilson on 3rd down, and he is chopped down in the backfield by Williams once again, and it's 4th down.
We'll see if the Trojans want to consider it a punt because you're going to put the Bulldogs all the way at the 23-yard line. We'll see if they go for it or not. I feel like you have to now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 6 minutes to play in the game, down by 13. Fourth down and 19. Wilson's got a lot of room, and he's past everybody. And looking back, and he's finally caught at the 1. Well, he converts 4th and 20, and the drive is still alive.
Amazing run by Wilson. That's exactly what they needed. A great chase down tackle by the Bulldogs to not allow them to score, but they are down at the 1-yard line.
So let's see if you can punch this in rather quickly if you're Jenks. Chaney is behind center, fields the snap, trying to cut up field. He does, and he falls into the end zone for the touchdown. .5:11 to go in the fourth, and Jenks has made it a one-score game.
They're not out of it yet. If they can go on that defensive end and get a big-time stop and force them to possibly even punt or have a turnover on downs, they have a chance to come back in this game.
So here's the point after. It's Wilson twisting, and only down to the 1 as he's held out. So the score remains 19-12. So now the Bulldogs will get it back, and you figure one score, and this one is pretty much put to bed.
Yes, it is, and they're going to continue to go to Stevenson. Stevenson already has 3 touchdowns in this game. He's been their main runner, and he's going to continue to run until this Trojan defense can prove they can stop him.
Absolutely is. TYAA looks to begin the ultimate drive down at the 40. 5:11 to go. So here we go. First down and 10. Stevenson right on cue with the run around the right side, and he's got 6 before being twisted down. Kellen Gaunt was over there along with Kaiser Smith. 2nd and 4 upcoming. Jinx coaches and referees still having a back and forth, and you'd never guess who it was. And a flag down.
It'll be a false start on the Bulldogs, setting them back, a big-time penalty.
So now second and 9 as the clock restarts after the penalty. This is Billings under center. And Billings tries the left side, gets away from one tackle, but can't escape the rest of the cavalry as he's dumped back at the 35 as he lost 6.
Big-time defensive tackle by the Trojans. Now you're in a 3rd and very long, about 3rd and 15. See if they can get one more stop, and if it's far enough, the Bulldogs might have to consider to punt it away to put it at the 50.
Back to Stevenson under center on 3rd down and 15. Takes off to the left. And Cam Stevenson lost the football. And the Bulldogs dive on top of it. It's going to be 4th down and 11. Looked like Noah Reed, who was Johnny on the spot to recover the possession.
Yeah, Reed, big-time fumble recovery. Now you're in a 4th down. It looks like they're going to spot it at about 4th and 13. So big-time play for both of these teams. Trojans really need a stop.
They're going to spot it back where Stevenson lost the football. Stevenson on the move to the right. Flag down. That's holding. Stevenson still on his feet. And there goes Cam Stevenson as Wilson giving chase and catches up to him at the 15. But this one is very much coming back.
All that running for nothing. It's going to be a holding call on those Bulldogs, and Stevenson did all that running for nothing, and it's going to be brought back to now a 4th and near 22. So if you're the Bulldogs, you really have to consider now to just punt it away and put it at the 50.
Or you can try to do what you just did right there.
It worked out very well, so we'll have to see what the Bulldogs want to draw up. Luckily right there, Wilson was able to chase down for the tackle. Both quarterbacks playing tremendous today. .248 left in the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it.
Oh, no, they just signaled. Yep.
Nope.
They thought about it, but they realized that you might as well give it to the 50. 2:45 left, still a long ways to go for some 7-year-olds. So we'll see if the Trojans can draw something up.
So here we go. A chance for Jinx to tie the game. Been a fantastic end to our morning and early afternoon out here at Sapulpa. First down. Wilson to the right. And he's able to escape and still remains on his feet, and he's tackled inbounds at the 43-yard line. So second down upcoming. Clock continues to move. Under 2.5 to go. 2nd and 4. Jerrion Wilson has had an impressive day on the ground. Tatum Chaney is behind center. He takes the snap, running around the left side and pulled down after a gain of a yard by Malik Beard. Elias Jones also in on the stop as well. As third down upcoming.
We'll get our first timeout by the Trojans as well.
So, 2 timeouts now remaining for Jinx. All 3 remaining for TYAA. 19-12 lead for the Bulldogs. So out of the timeout, minute 56 to go. Second down and 4. Wilson up the gut. Got a first down. That'll stop the clock as he maneuvers to the 36-yard line. The chains will reset. Williams on the tackle. Now the clock begins to wind. Chaney under center. And he hands off to Wilson, who's upended. At the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. And the clock continues to run. No timeout called by Jinx.
Yeah, they're not wanting to burn one of those 2 timeouts left. Just get up to the line, try to run something else, and get a big gain right here.
Approaching a minute to go. Jerrion Wilson with the carry, and he's got to work through a lot of traffic and cannot. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, only got a yard, and now comes the Jinx timeout. That's their second. Third down and 10 upcoming for the Trojans.
Yeah, this is very big. A third down and 10. You have just over a minute left. You have 2 plays left. If you don't get this first down, the game will be over. You have to draw up whatever your go-to play is and try to execute it.
What do you go to on third down and 10?
For me, a lot of what's been working for the Trojans is Wilson coming down to the right side, the bottom of your screen. Every single time they've been able to do it, feels like he's been able to get a first down. We'll see if they want to go back to it.
Well, now down to 1 timeout and 64 seconds to go. Third down and 10. Wilson up the middle. Flag thrown from behind the play, and that'll stop the clock for the penalty. It's a hold against Jinx.
And that might be the penalty that ends it all right there. They had a really good run. It was going to set up a third down and very manageable, but now you're going to be stuck back all the way at third down and 20.
Now, here's the thing, though. The penalty does, at least for the moment, stop the clock.
It does, and you get another go. It's not fourth down and 20. You still get 2 more tries to get at least 20 yards.
So 3rd down and 20. Jinx needs to find a way to get to the 26 for a new set of downs. Wilson takes off and is pulled down promptly after a gain of 3. And a timeout called with 51 seconds to go. And this is the game on 4th down and about 17.
Whatever your big play is, whatever you want to draw up that gets you the most amount of yards you think you can get, you have to do it now. Your season's on the line. Last play that decides who wins this 1-2 matchup in the Indian League Championships.
Do you have a 17-yard play in you to keep the drive alive? So here we go, 4th down and 17. They're going to run it with Jerrion Wilson. And Wilson is brought down at the 20, but he's got the first down. Well, there's your 17-yard play.
17 yards and then some, exactly what I've been saying. Wilson to the right side has been their bread and butter all afternoon, and now you got a first down right at the 20. You still have to move fast. I think you only have one timeout, or did they use it? You got 40 seconds left.
Jinx is out of timeouts. Wilson twisted down. Runs up the gut to the 17. Again, the Trojans are out of timeout, so they've got to move fast. Up to the line of scrimmage. Wilson up the middle, eludes one tackler, and he's down to the 10. That's good enough for a first down to stop the clock momentarily. It's going to be first down and goal.
That's very big. Being able to stop the clock, you probably only have, with the time it takes to get up to the line, one more play. You got to draw something up really good.
And the clock now starting. Down to 13 seconds. Jerrion Wilson around the right side. Makes a cut and is tripped up at the 5. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and Jinx is not going to be able to get it off. And that'll do it as TYAA has won the Indian Nations Football Conference Championship.
Boy, what a way to win it. If they had even 10 more seconds left, the Trojans could have had this game tied up. Just very unfortunate use of no timeouts in that clock running, but a great championship game. Both teams should be very proud.
Saw both quarterbacks put on a show on the ground. Both teams' defenses flying around, hard hitting, and it ends in a 19-12 victory for TYAA. As we'll let you see the end of this one and the trophy presentation coming up here in just a moment. that happened.
Onyx Rubin, Legend Cole, Kaiser Smith, Kellen Gone. The runner-up flag goes to the Jinx White team. And now individual awards for your second grade league champion tournament winner, CYAA Red. Terrence Williams. Cam Stevenson. Bryson Billings. Desmond McConnell. Elias Jones. Ray Jefferson. Noah Reed. Malik Beard. Rylan Hunt. Elias Hamilton. Wyatt DeBose. And the championship trophy presentation to the Indian Nation Football Conference Second Grade League Champions Tournament winner, CYA Red. Congratulations.
Well, the final score in the championship game of the Indian Nations Football League, TYAA 19 and Jinx 12, as the Bulldogs are champions of the league. We appreciate all of you who have joined us this morning on the YouTube page of the Indian Nations Football Conference. For all three games, it's been a fun time here at Sapulpa High School. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend. For Dylan Hibbert, I'm Grayson Singleton saying so long. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.